With over 400 episodes under its belt, it's difficult to recall a period when NCIS wasn't on the air, but even TV's most popular program had to start somewhere, and NCIS's premiere episode is still raising some doubts over 20 years later. There have been so many pivotal moments from the series, some of which have greatly changed the way we watch and look at the characters throughout. Stay tuned to find out some of the moments from NCIS that changed the series forever. When Ziva finds her father's body. First up on the list is the episode where Ziva sadly finds her father's remains. This one definitely hit viewers hard and was a big moment in the NCIS series. Ziva, since her arrival on the team in Season 3, has been a fan favorite. While there are likely several Ziva-related moments that have made fans emotional over the years, particularly when it comes to her long-term relationship with Tony DiNazzo, her fellow agent, various viewers point to a specific moment involving a deeply different personal relationship as the source of their frequent tears, and that is Ziva's father, Eli, played by Michael Nouri. Ziva finally gets to reunite with her father, who is also the director of Mossad in the Season 10 episode Shabbat Shalom. The two begin to mend their shattered relationship, but their efforts are cut short when Eli is killed by an assailant during a shooting at director Vance's home, which also kills Vance's wife. Ziva, seeing old Eli on the floor, crushed me, Reddit user DeWalt1976 commented about the incident. Cote did a fantastic job telling that scene. Jimmy saves a man from committing suicide. NCIS doesn't feature a large ensemble cast, but because the field agents are the ones that investigate crimes on a weekly basis, the show frequently focuses on their activities and lives. There are, however, valued members of the team who do not function in the field, and they receive their opportunity to shine every now and then. In the Season 14 episode Keep Going, assistant medical examiner Jimmy Palmer, played by Brian Dietzen, puts his own life on the line to prevent a man from jumping from a building. Many fans of the show have claimed that the hour, which involves a lot of flashbacks to different events in Palmer's life, always makes them tear up. While attempting to persuade Palmer off the ledge, Reddit user Phil the Husker fan stated that they are drawn to the way Palmer talks about his co-workers, their connections, and what they've done for him. They particularly enjoy all the references to Gibbs, who eventually assists in bringing the young guy in from the brink after persuading him that he isn't to blame for his father's death. Gibbs gets revenge. One moment that no doubt changed NCIS forever was when Gibbs decided to get his bloody revenge. Longtime NCIS viewers may take Gibbs' harsh and chilly demeanor for granted, but there's a reason he's like that. Gibbs had a wife, Shannon, played by Darby Stanchfield, and a daughter, Kelly, when the season began. She was played by Mary Mauser. Both were assassinated by Pedro Hernandez, played by Thomas Rosales Jr., a cartel member who Shannon was about to testify against. Their deaths had a severe impact on Gibbs, as Harmon himself stated in an interview with TV Guide. Nobody expects him to forget his huge loss. Not the writers, not me, not anyone else. It's a little too deep. The rest of the NCIS team waited for a long time to learn this tragic information about Gibbs, and even longer to realize the other terrible truth about the scenario. In retaliation for the murder, Gibbs sought out Hernandez and killed him. While it's difficult not to sympathize with Gibbs' desire for vengeance, he is a veteran of the military and law enforcement, and an extrajudicial execution is a serious crime. Someone with Gibbs' background should understand that taking justice into one's own hands is a dangerous slope that can lead to disaster. It's possible that Gibbs is aware of this, and that it's why he kept his role in Hernandez's murder hidden for so long. Gibbs' dark past is revealed. While the shocking news of Gibbs' revenge killing may have come as a complete surprise to most viewers, it's not shocking that Gibbs has a dark past. The murder of your wife and child is undoubtedly on the top of anyone's list of tragedies, but we're going to go out on a limb and say it's near the top for anyone. Fans have known Gibbs as a quiet man who was more than a bit cold to those around him since the first NCIS backdoor pilot that was a part of JAG. One of Gibbs' personality traits is his aversion to getting too close to people. This is evident in many of his interactions with his fellow NCIS agents, some of whom he has known for many years. Even though he isn't completely walled off to Abby and McGee, played by Sean Murray, it takes him a long time to open up to them about things other than work. Despite the fact that we know he had a slew of ex-wives following Shannon, we rarely see him romantically engage, and when there are sparks, such as with Dr. Jack Sloan, played by Marie-Anne Ben, we rarely see him act on them. Fans have always regarded Gibbs as the steely, quiet sort, which isn't surprising for someone who tragically lost their wife and kid and has lived their entire life with a massive secret. One of the many things that keeps NCIS so interesting after all these years is watching him struggle with the darkness of his background. The Pearl Harbor episode. The episode, The Arizona, from Season 17, is notable since it does not involve the team solving a murder or crime. Instead, Joe Smith, played by Christopher Lloyd, is a veteran who claims to have served on the USS Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor and wishes for his ashes to be placed there when he dies. The crew moves fast to authenticate the man's identity, but because he was under the age of 18 at the time and had enlisted listed under his brother's name, things are complicated. Before Joe dies of a heart attack, Gibbs and the crew are unable to corroborate that he was on board. However, based on a scar he received during the attack, they are eventually able to prove his account is real. Really brilliantly done, heartfelt, soul-wrenching episodes that even someone who doesn't exactly agree with the military like me can't help but remember and be truly impacted by, one user said of both the Call of Silence and the Arizona. Meanwhile, another user singles out the scene near the end of the show in which Gibbs invites McGee, played by Sean Murray, to sit down and begin talking about his own military history and residual drama. If it doesn't make you tear up, we're not sure what will. However, it is apparent that there have been countless times during the show's extended run when viewers have cried, but there is definitely more to come. Gibbs hid the Hernandez murder. Gibbs' refusal to tell any of his NCIS colleagues about the murder of Hernandez is one of the clearest evidence that it is the worst period of his life and arguably the series. This was definitely a moment that changed NCIS and how viewers and his colleagues viewed Gibbs. Even supporters had to wait 3 seasons to learn the truth. Shannon and Kelly's existence wasn't disclosed until the beginning of season 3, and fans didn't learn about Hernandez's fate until the 2-part season finale. Abby, played by Polly Perrette, discovers Gibbs' truth accidentally in the last episodes of season 7. She is overwhelmed by indecision about whether to expose Gibbs or help him preserve his secret as a result of the finding. Abby eventually writes a report revealing Gibbs' role in Hernandez's killing, which leads to the discovery of several other NCIS higher-ups. Even once the secret is revealed, it is kept on a need-to-know basis. In reality, some of the subsequent arrivals to the NCIS team, like Nick Torres, played by Wilmer Valderrama, and Ellie Bishop, played by Emmy Wickersham, don't find out until the season 16 episode, And Executioner. All the secrecy indicates that Gibbs is well aware of how dark he went when he chose to exact vengeance on Hernandez. Call of Silence episode. Occasionally, full episodes of NCIS leave fans in tears. One such episode, dubbed The Call of Silence, aired early in season 2 of the show's run. Ernie Yost, played by Charles Durning, a World War II soldier and Medal of Honor recipient who is suffering from survivor's guilt, confesses to the team that he murdered his best friend during the war. Gibbs, Kate, Sasha Alexander, and the rest of the team set out to discover the truth about Ernie's friend Wade, and the result is a strong and emotional episode. Fans definitely had a major reaction to this episode, with one viewer writing, "It genuinely makes me misty-eyed when Ernie dances with Kate and she has tears pouring down her cheeks. It becomes worse when he recounts the night his friend Wade died." And there you have it, everything you need to know about significant moments that changed NCIS forever. NCIS has been running for so long now that there are handfuls of huge moments that hit viewers hard, but we truly believe these were the hardest hitting moments that did change the course of the series. But make sure you let us know your thoughts down below. What did you think of our picks? Did we miss any? Which one surprised you the most? Let us know. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching!